welcome back to Live from the Laundry Room, back in the laundry room, actually. And we are continuing our series of Who's in Your School. We are checking in with our friends, Miss Becky and Mr. Charles Bubba Long. Guys, how is it going?
It's going pretty good.
I'm leaving this in, too. This is happening. Guys, what is going on? Tell me a little bit
about or something. I didn't know what it was supposed to do.
Tell me about quarantine. Tell me about social distancing. You guys, just like the rest of us, probably shut down in March. With everything kind of this whole summer been going kind of crazy. Tell me how quarantine and social distancing has treated you guys. What's been keeping you sane? We'll start with Becky. How's it been going?
It's going pretty good. Trying to stay sane. Just trying to keep everything going, I guess.
Absolutely. Bubba, how about you? How's quarantine been?
It's been okay. Me and my wife both in the education system, so we've been at home together, and so that's been a unique experience because obviously we just got married back in November, so it's been kind of a good learning first year of marriage. So we haven't killed each other yet, and so I take that as a positive.
Well, with that in mind, let's talk about what Lawrence County's doing right now. So y'all said you're in the office now, but you've been at home. What's Lawrence County's plan? First of all, as of today at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and what does it look like for the next 2 weeks?
Well, as of today, the plan is the students have three options. The first one is a hybrid plan. They're going to break students up into Group A and Group B. Group A will be coming on Monday and Tuesdays, and then Group B will be coming Thursday and Friday. That's the hybrid plan, with Wednesdays being a cleaning day. They also have a remote option where they can do remote learning for the time being. And then the last one is a Pioneer Virtual Academy, and that will be completely online. And once they enroll in that, they'll be in that for the entire year. And so as of today, that's the plan. Now things are fluid and can change, but as of today, that's the plan.
Absolutely. That's what we're seeing across a lot of school systems right now is we're all in this really just like a hypothetically wonderful world of theory and how it's going to look in 2 or 3 weeks. And then who knows what 2 or 3 weeks is actually going to bring as we're seeing kind of more cases spike. So that's what your school system is up to. And we know that's fluid to change. But what's not as fluid is what we as the Ayers Foundation are trying to put in place to plan, because we have to plan around all three of those scenarios, those kids in the hybrid and the flex and those kids that are going to be at home. What are some things that you guys have talked about doing differently this year to still offer the same amazing services that you guys offer to your seniors and beyond? What are some strategies you guys have talked about?
We are planning on continuing to reach out to our seniors, just be expecting phone calls, emails. We are getting together like Google Meets to video conference. That way we can help you fill out Tennessee Promise, college applications, whatever you need, we're here for you. I actually did a Google Meet yesterday with someone trying to do verification and everything. So that's what we're here for. We will find a way to make it happen. So.
Absolutely. And you guys have some links too that you can click to schedule a meeting with you guys. Is that right?
Yes. It's through picktime.com/LCHS Ayers Foundation.
Cool. We'll make sure to include that. If you're watching this, we'll make sure to include that in the description right above. That way, if you need to make an appointment, that you have that on.
Now, I have been very privileged the past couple of times to do this. Jesse's been nice enough to allow me the honor of asking you if you could tell these students, college kids and high school students and pretty much anybody that you want to talk to, what would be your piece of advice to kind of get through this COVID, kind of keep a good positive attitude. What's your advice for these people?
I would say two things. First thing is just be patient. This is a new time for everyone, and so your counselors, we're learning on the fly. The colleges are learning on the fly. Your college professors are going to be learning on the fly. So everything is just going to have to be patient during this time. It's not going to be ideal for a little while, but hopefully things will get back to a new normal soon. And so just be patient with the ones that you're working with and us as your counselors, because we're going to do everything in our power to make sure you get what you need. It just may take a few days longer. And then the second thing is just keep learning. Always have a learning mindset while we may be quarantined and while we may be stuck at home. Pick up a book and read. Find something that just to keep your mind sharp.
I would just say, don't give up. Keep trying. Just stick with it. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Everybody's in it together, and like you said, just bear with us. It may take us a little longer to figure out the answer, but we'll get you an answer and help you in any way that we can.
I think that's solid advice, especially that sticking with it and being patient. As we something I think none of us are really afraid to say is that we don't know the answer when a student asks us a question. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things that I can do to earn their trust is to say, like, I don't know, and I'm going to find it out, and I'm not just going to make up something and lie. Because right now there's so many questions that haven't been asked before. In years prior, usually once we get a question and we kind of get an answer to it, we can kind of learn that answer and then apply it in so many years to go. But this is the year of so many new questions that when we tell them, like, hey, we don't know, but we will follow up, and we have great partners at all of these institutions, we'll be able to find out. I think that's one of the best things we can do. The last part of the show is my favorite segment, and this is what you doing at home. This is where we are trapped at home. Mary Lauren and I started this because we're both so extroverted. We were bored. We would clock out from work and then have to still be stuck at home. A lot of things were still closed. We couldn't really get out, do much. So it turned into Legos and diamond art. And I've done a lot of home renovations that I probably shouldn't have done myself because I'm not as handy as what I look, and I don't even look handy. So that's been the entire thing. And so I'll start because I like to do a little show and tell usually. I didn't ask you to bring anything to show or anything like that. But I'll go first to kind of show how the segment goes. We at the Turner House love some group activities. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. And so we love to play games. So we've played board games. We've played Uno. We are starting to get back into the world of where they let us in, right? So we went to the movies this past weekend and watched Iron Man 1. A classic. We didn't have to wear masks, but we were super separated, I think 2 or 3 rows of separation. So what we're looking into now, the kids have asked me a lot in the last few days. They want to go bowling. So that's what we're doing at home is we're prepping. I'm trying to find a good open bowling alley, maybe one where they'll put a lane in between us. That way there's not as many. And of course, I don't mind going when it's not popular either. It doesn't have to be Friday midnight bowling. But my show and tell for this is this is my party trick. I have something that makes people think that I'm great at bowling, and I'm not. But I own my very own pair of bowling shoes. So these are not stolen. I did not swipe these from a bowling alley. This is what happens when you stay up late and look on Amazon, and they had these shoes on sale, and I thought, man, wouldn't it be great for not a lot of money to have your own pair of bowling shoes? And I only bowl maybe 2 or 3 times a year, maybe, but I've had these for years, and I've made back my shoe rental money for certain by providing my own shoes. But it's really funny when you wear these because people are like, this guy's serious. He has his own bowling shoes. He must be pretty good. And then they watch me bowl 84 at the best of my ability. So that's what we're doing at home. Mary Lauren, what about you? What you got going on at home?
Have any of y'all seen The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm a county commissioner, and my sister got me this little toy to predict my mood swings for my students. And so I have the mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas. And so I've been changing back and forth his face because COVID has not been very good. I feel like I'm bipolar at this point. So my kids have a good sign of what I'm feeling today, but I've got my new office. So I was setting up all of my things, and that's what I'm doing today.
I was really afraid that you were going to say, you were like, have you seen Nightmare Before Christmas? And I thought the boredom might have reached the level that you were making stop motion videos.
I'm not saying I'm not.
That's just not what you're showing us today on Live.
That's not what you're seeing.
Well, Becky, Bubba, tell us, what do you guys got going on at home? We'll start with Becky. What's been keeping you busy the last few months as we've not been allowed to be in public as much?
See, I have 3 kids at home, so that keeps me pretty busy. But I've also taken on some little odds and end projects, redoing the house, get bored one day and decide to repaint a room or something. I mean, that's just basically how it's been. So,
what's been the most challenging remodel thing that you've tried in the last few months? What's something you started and you were like, maybe this is tougher than what I thought? Maybe it doesn't have to be hard, but like, what was surprisingly difficult that you did over the summer?
Well, of course, just like redoing one room leads to another room, leads to another room. So I have like a whole list of renovation projects now, and my husband's about ready to kill me about it. So
I completely agree. I have touched both my kids' room, the kitchen, the dining room, and 3 bathrooms, and I'm about to paint this laundry room. So it's easier for me to count the rooms I haven't messed with during COVID than the ones I have messed with.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Completely understand that. Bubba, what's been keeping you busy during COVID?
Same thing. I think everybody's used this opportunity to kind of do some home improvement projects. The most challenging one, to answer that question, my wife and I, like I said, we are in education, and so manual labor is not like at the top of our list, but there was a retaining wall out back that needed to be finished, that whenever we bought the house, it was unfinished. And so we thought it was an eyesore. The yard could use the retaining wall. So we thought, hey, we'll give it a shot. We're not masonry people whatsoever. We left with cuts, bruises, I mean, almost near-death experiences. And so we both decided that we were not going to quit our education jobs to be masonry workers. And so, but we got it finished. It looks good. It's still holding up 3 months later. So, so good.
As someone that has almost started a fire while installing a dishwasher, I've got to say it's very bold of you to do an outside house project with your wife in the first year of marriage. I think if you guys can tackle that, that is it. You guys are long haul. You shouldn't have any issues going forward then.
Oh yeah. Now were there problems in that? Probably. Probably threw a few bricks at me, maybe, but we survived, and we love each other still. So, like I said, we're in it for the long haul now.
You're on the up and up now. You've hit the valley. Now it's just the up and up. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys so much checking in with us and just allowing us to, first off, allowing us to rope you into this as we're checking in with the schools. I know recording and interviewing isn't everyone's favorite thing. You can tell Mary Lauren and I are just super extroverted because we just want to go everywhere and interview people. But thank you guys so much for checking in with us, keeping us updated on what your high school's doing, what you guys are going to do in this next year. And we'll probably check in again. We want to do an on the road series. So we might try to do visiting high schools as well and do something live. So we appreciate it and solid pieces of advice. You guys have a great rest of the day and a great start to the school year. From the laundry room, as always, this is Jesse and Mary Lauren signing off. You guys stay safe and wash those hands.